I knew that. With Debby Bibaud. So Debbie, tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you do, where you're going, what inspires you.
That's so much. Well, first of all, I'm a photographer. I have a wonderful project that I'm working on called the Skin I'm In Experience. What I do there is help inspire others to see the beauty in themselves. Check it out on Facebook if you get a chance to. I'm a photographer, I'm a writer. I'm going to actually be a published author in a book called Sacred Hearts Rising Sparks of Light. This is the first version of it, but I'll be in the third one. It hasn't been published quite yet.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I'm really, really excited to be part of this book and share my journey and my healing process and how I chose forgiveness over anything, self-forgiveness and forgiveness of what others have done in my path that created me to have to find forgiveness.
Well, and you know what? And that's what, for lack of better words, makes you a warrior.
Yes.
Instead of a victim. You're a survivor. You're a warrior. You're here to share your story with the world, right? So that you can maybe prevent someone from going through what you've gone through, or if they have gone through what you've gone through, let them know they're not alone.
Exactly.
Let them know that you understand and they have someone to turn to.
Yes.
And even if it's something completely different, we look at some people and we're going through something completely different, yet the story's the same, the outcome's the same, the lesson's the same, and it's really nice to have someone there that you can turn to, whether you know them or not, just to hear their story, just to know you're not alone.
Yeah, exactly. And that's basically why I decided to be part of this venture, this book. Also, I have a blog called Debby, I Believe You. It's on Facebook. Check it out, Debby, I Believe You. I created that for survivors of sexual assault or domestic violence, where they have somewhere where they can follow and someone who they can go to and say, hey, this happened to me, and know where to turn for that, because I didn't have that. So I created something where people can actually go to and help it themselves.
And what is that website?
It's Debby, I Believe You on Facebook.
Okay, and if people want to get in touch with you to learn more, like I don't know how much detail you want to go into today. We only have half an hour, and there's many things that we want to discuss. So if people want to know about your journey, if people want to know more about you, if people want to hear your story or they want to share their story with you, how can they get a hold of you?
Well, you did take me on here, so you can actually personally message me if you want. I do have a few pages. So one of them is the Skin I'm In Experience, where my photography, the project that I'm working on, is on there. And then Debby, I Believe You is another page that I've created just to wealth of resources and what helped me through the trial that I went through.
That's phenomenal. That's wonderful. And just let me say hi to a few people. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Brian. Hi, Burhan. Hi, Christine. Hi, Ignacio. Hi, Leah. Thank you for joining us today. Lovely to see you. And if I'm not friends with you, I generally can't see you if you log in, so I can't really acknowledge you. So hi to everyone that's on. If you just want to say hi, give me a little wave, then I'll know you're there and I can acknowledge you. So, how's this retrograde been affecting you?
Well, I haven't noticed any negative effects of it. A lot of people are experiencing things that they need to let go of, I feel. I've let go of so much that I feel that I'm only building up things that I want to manifest now. So anything that I'm thinking of is just lining up for me like ducks in a row, and it's just, I can feel it. It's just beautiful.
Perfect. So. Hi, Leah. So give us an example of what's lining up for you. Is it anything you can share?
Well, I've heard that if I share, I've learned that if I share the buildup of what's going on inside, it kind of loses power. So
very true.
You'll see me. I'm moving up, and I'm. There's things that are happening, and everything's just lining up perfectly, and I'm following and trusting the universe, and just taking it where it flows.
Perfect. So have you noticed any? I know for me, a lot of things that I thought I had dealt with in my past are resurfacing and allowing me to deal with them now. So I've been emotional. I went through a stage where I was completely disconnected, zero emotion, zero attachment. Um, it was as if I was just here, just existing.
I understand that completely.
And then in the flip of a hat, all of a sudden I was experiencing things that I thought I had dealt with that were creeping their way back up and saying, hey, here I am. So I sat with them, to figure out what it is they needed me to know, shed some tears, went through a few things, and now I'm taking a completely different journey. Something I'm not yet ready to share. Hi, Gary. Nice to see you. Something I'm not yet ready to share. However, it's something that I feel is going to take people by surprise, and I feel it's huge.
Exciting.
Yeah. Hi, Arjit. Thank you for joining. So, I'm drawing a blank. Can you tell us a little bit about maybe what to expect in the new book that's coming out?
Definitely. So, what happened about 3 years ago? I was raped in my house. I called the police, and they basically blamed me. And in my books, that's not okay. They're professionals. They're supposed to do their job. I trusted them, and so I filed a formal complaint, and I created change based on how I was treated. And they have to give out these little cards now to any because there's no formal training. So any call that comes out that's domestic violence related or sexual assault or anything like that, they have to give out a card with empathy, everything that I needed.
Yeah, that
they lacked is on the front of the card that I needed personally, and on the back was a list of resources that are 24/7, that are open, that if they need help, they can get help if they didn't receive it from the officer.
Hi, Lynn. Thanks for joining. So since coming forward, since discussing that, what is the response that you've received, if any?
Oh, so much. It's amazing, the people who reach out to me, my friends, my family, strangers that are thanking me for being the voice when they wanted to, but they couldn't at that time. Share with anyone because they didn't have the support system, and I'm very fortunate that I have such a strong support system, and I never once fell into I'm a victim of this. Immediately I'm a survivor.
You're a warrior, you're a survivor, you're telling your story. I've already said this, but I'm so proud of you. You should be so proud of yourself. There are so many people that are afraid or don't have the support or don't have the courage to come forward. And whether it be rape, whether it be domestic violence, for example, men that are, say, being abused by their female spouses that are afraid to come forward. And I have to say thank you, because of your courage, other women, other men, other children, other people as a whole will come forward.
And then thank you so much, and it means so much to me to hear that. A lot of times people I play it down a lot of what I did because it's just how I was raised. I was raised to be loud. I was raised to, if I had a problem, you speak about it, you find solutions for it. I'm a problem solver, so it just came naturally to me. I'm like, hey, this happened, and it's unfair. Yes, it's unfair, but it's not going to happen to somebody else.
Which, and again, thank your parents for raising you that way, for having that voice, because how many people are told, sit down, shut up. You don't make a noise. You don't talk about this. You don't draw attention.
Yeah.
So kudos. You're a beautiful person. Thank you for doing this.
Yes.
Because if something like this happens to someone that I care about, my children, my family, relatives, friends, I want them to have the courage and be able to say, well, you know what? She did it, so I can do it.
I love that.
It's
my book, the chapter in the book is all about choices and forgiveness, because I wanted to share my story, but I didn't want anyone else to sit in it or get triggered by it or anything like that. That's not my intention. My intention is to teach other people to go through the process of forgiveness, because in the end, yes, somebody did something to me. yes, somebody I don't have trust because, or I lost trust in that person. However, I wanted to bring forward the forgiveness process. There is a process, and I didn't know that. I just thought, okay, I say forgive you, I forgive you, but there's actually a process, and that is in the book. It's the process that I went through that helped me to learn to self-forgive
Mm-hmm.
and to forgive others. And ever since I went through that process, and it's never, you're never done the process.
No.
You're never done, because there's always something else you can learn. There's always something else you can forgive. There's always that little snag that you're hanging on to that you didn't realize that you're, oh wow, I don't have trust issues. Oh,
and
I need
you know, hi Gary, hi Ryan, thanks for joining us. And that's why sometimes, I know you said you don't want to trigger things, but sometimes you need to be triggered in order to remember, in order to work through it. Because
Yes.
if you repress it and you sit on that, one day you're going to explode and you're not going to know why.
Exactly.
So, you know, having these triggers isn't necessarily a bad thing, because it allows you to release.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, and that's something I often pay attention to now and sit with myself, is if I meet someone and something they do triggers me, and I have to ask myself why. What am I suppressing? What am I ignoring in myself
Yes.
that I see in this person that is angering me or triggering me?
Yes.
So I think triggers are necessary.
Hi,
Roland.
I completely agree. And one thing that I've learned as well, I don't know if you're familiar with Jay Shetty.
Yes,
Okay.
I am. He's great.
He's incredible. And I had a mental breakthrough, and I was hospitalized for a month. 3 days before I was hospitalized, I signed up for the Jay Shetty Genius Group, which I don't sign up for anything. Like, I don't pay. If I don't have to pay for it, I won't do it. So
can you explain what the Genius Group is?
It's a group of like-minded individuals who get coached personally by Jay Shetty.
That's
Once
phenomenal.
a week he comes on. He has a topic for the month, and each week it's broken down into 4 other topics. The first one that I went when I was in the hospital was on self-confidence. And
it's always self-boosting, right? It's always something to do and work through what's going on with you.
Yeah, and the universe always gives me the lessons I need.
Of course.
So I learned how to meditate, and it was the day before, and he usually does it on Sundays, and he did it on a Friday or Thursday, but it was the day before the anniversary of what happened to me, the year anniversary, and it was all about forgiveness and the steps on forgiveness. So I'm like, wow, thank you. So I definitely am taking the flow as it comes, and I'm just going down the river and letting it flow.
What a beautiful analogy, like taking the flow as it comes and going down the river. And we all know that a ride down the river isn't always smooth, right?
Yeah.
There's bumps, you're going to get splashed, you may even fall out of the boat.
Yep.
But you're not going to drown.
Yeah, I know how to swim.
And if you don't, you have your lifeguard right there.
Yeah,
you have your life
jacket.
jacket.
Too. We have lifeguards all along the river.
Absolutely. I had another question, and now I can't remember what it was. What with everything you've gone through, if there's one thing that you can tell somebody else, what would you tell them?
Excuse me. If I had any pieces of advice for anybody who's gone through remotely what I did, or even going through a hard time right now, is that your voice matters. You can make a difference. You are the difference. What you're going through is to teach you, but it's also your responsibility to take it on and help other people with what you've learned. That's what I've taken. So what I've learned, I'm spreading it, because other people have gone through what I've gone through, and they didn't know that there's different steps that they can take. They didn't know that it's a process, and they didn't know, like, the grieving process. Everybody grieves, even just the grief of I lost my whole old self in the breakthrough, and grieving that, I didn't realize I was grieving. So trust the process, and realize that you have a voice, and you do matter, and you can make a difference.
And everyone's process is different, right?
Completely.
You're not all, it's not like a 10-step program.
No, not at
where
all.
Everything is like 1, 2, 3. You can do 10, 7, 5, 1, 2, 9, and then start over again. You just, like you said, you have to trust the process.
And don't forget about the power of prayer, because I grew up quite religious, but I also didn't have that relationship with the universe as tight as I wanted it, because of religion kind of got in the way. So I finally was able to connect with the higher source, or whatever anyone wants to call it, God or whatever. I was able to connect with that, and now the power of prayer is incredible by asking for help and surrendering, right? Asking for help. So also don't be afraid to ask for help.
Hi, Christy. Thanks. Absolutely. And like you said, you know, there's so many different terms for the higher entity.
Yes.
I mean, we can believe in ourselves, we can believe in God, we can believe in source, we can believe in the universe, there's just so many. And as long as you have something to turn to, somewhere that you can go, at the end of the day, it's all the same thing.
I agree completely.
So I want to do a little I am meditation.
Perfect.
How do you feel about doing that right now?
Let's do it.
Okay. So for those of you watching, if you want to join in, I invite you to put your hands on your lap if you can. Close your eyes, tilt your head back, feet on the floor, and we're just going to quickly do a few deep breaths before we start. In through your nose, out through your mouth. And now you can either continue with your eyes closed or open them. I choose to open my eyes. And Debbie and I are both going to take turns doing an I am meditation. So I will start. I am powerful. Deep breath in and release.
I am enough.
I am willing and able.
I am love.
I am magnificent.
I am a change maker.
Ooh. I am the future.
I am the creator of my own destiny.
And together, we are all the world. We are the future. We are what's yet to come. I believe in all of us. Thank you.
Beautiful.
How was that?
That was wonderful. I got the chills. Every time I said it, I'm like, oh, this is truth.
Beautiful. I love that. And please leave a message in the comments. Let us know how that was for you. It was very invigorating for me. I feel very open. My chakras are opening. That's another thing with this retrograde, or I don't know if it's the retrograde, if it's the new moon, if it's a combination of both. However, I'm feeling things open. My chakras are opening up more than they ever have. And I've always thought I was pretty open, but I'm leveling up, which is phenomenal.
I love the level up.
So do I. Sometimes the journey to that level is not necessarily a phenomenal journey, a needed journey, but not always a phenomenal journey.
Have you, this reminds me, have you watched Jumanji?
Of course,
Okay.
yes.
Have you seen the new one?
Yes.
Okay.
No, not the second one.
You need to watch the new one. But it's every single thing that's in our life, it is just a level. And we gotta learn and figure out the secrets and the tips and the tricks and go to all these people to help us. We can't do it alone. And then you level up and you go to another level and another level, and it's endless levels.
Isn't that life?
Yeah, that is.
Like, don't we just keep leveling up? 3 steps forward, 2 steps back.
Yep.
Like,
and then you learn.
I hope so. Because if we don't learn, we're just going to keep repeating that same process over and over and over until we do.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know what? I have played the same level for many, many, many years, probably many lifetimes.
Like Groundhog Day.
Yeah, and I think that I am finally in a position, in a space, at the right table, with the right people. Yes. And I don't even want to say people. I want to say with the right souls, with the right energy.
Yes.
that encourage me and allow me to come out of that protective shell that I'm starting to realize I think I've been locked up behind that wall
Mm-hmm.
for many, many, many lifetimes,
Yeah.
not just this lifetime.
Yeah.
And I owe so many people, and they all know who they are. I owe my guests that come on Tea with the Universe as well. I owe the people that I bump into every day, the people that I'm no longer friends with, the people that I'm meeting, because they've all taught me something different.
Yes.
And, you know, hearing your story teaches me and allows me to even open up more, because if you can do it, I can do it. Look at your confidence.
Thank you.
And you shine, and you're a warrior, and that's what we are. We are warriors, just like my warrior being. We're warriors. Like,
I love that.
thank you. That's do you know the story behind this?
No, but it's gorgeous.
Thank you. Lynn, she also works on the wand. She designed this for me. My daughter was in a head-on collision last August and went through a lot of trauma, went through 7 different surgeries, had a lot of damage done to her. And through the power of prayer and healing, and so many people sending their energies, and so many people coming together, people that I had never even met, just sending their healing vibes.
I love that.
She recovered at a speed that her physicians have never seen. And throughout the whole time, I refer to her as Warrior Being. I call her my little bean.
I love it.
And she became Warrior Being because she was so strong, and she was accepting all of these energies. And I can't wait until she comes on here with me. I have invited her a few times to discuss her journey, but she's not quite there yet. But when she does, I can't wait for her to tell everyone how she felt those energies. And it's just a phenomenal story. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for joining us. And yeah, this is my Warrior Bean.
It's gorgeous.
It's a warrior. She's a dancer. She's colorful. She's energetic. It depicts her perfectly.
That's so
this
pretty.
is her.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Thank
I love
you.
It.
Thank you. Yeah, so we're all in our journey, and we can choose to be a warrior.
And then I feel I wanted to add to that, like, we're our own warriors, but we are also other people's warriors. And we're also, there are warriors. We're all in this together. We're all in this together, and we're all here to help the collective.
Absolutely. And excuse me, there are so many people that feel threatened.
Yes.
Or angry, or feel that, oh, I do this and now you're doing this, you're copying me.
Yeah, competition. There's
this
competitive attitude that we've been conditioned.
There's zero competition here. What's going on? What you offer the world, I can't offer them
it's
that.
Completely unique, like different. Yeah.
The outcome may be the same, but the modality is so different.
Yes.
Even if you call yourself an energy healer, and I call myself an energy healer, even if you sit with that person and you talk to them, and I sit with that person and I talk to them, they're going to take away something completely different. We are 2 completely different people with zero, there's no race, there's no competition. If I can't help someone, I hope you can. Yeah. And that's where we're warriors. We work together. We're creating this tribe of warriors.
I love it.
And I don't want to say people need to be afraid, because there's nothing to be afraid of.
Exactly.
But people need to be aware that we are growing, and we're going to be heard.
Yeah. Yeah, our voices will be heard.
Yeah.
And more people are going to come out because you speak your truth, I speak my truth. People starting to speak their truth.
Yes.
Everyone's going to stand up and say, wait a second, this isn't right. What's happening to me isn't right. Why am I quiet about it? And then they can help more people.
And they're going to be courageous, especially if they have you behind them and me behind them, and Michelle and Christy and Roland and Ryan and Gary and Daphne and everybody else. Like, you know, when we come together like this, the possibilities are endless. There's just so much we can do.
This reminds me so much of the Care Bears right now. We all get together, Care Bear stare. Everybody has their own unique. Even Grumpy Bear had to be able to contribute and have a little light,
Absolutely.
right?
You need the contrast.
You
You
need
need
it.
the yin and the yang. Like
Yeah.
you need that contrast, the dark and the light. Everybody, not everybody. I can't say everybody, but so many people were raised thinking dark is bad, light is good.
Yes.
And
if you don't have the dark, you don't find your spark.
exactly. And if you don't hit rock bottom, you're never going to know who you are, and you're not going to appreciate the good.
So true.
You don't appreciate things if you don't experience lack of.
I agree completely.
So
it's polarity at its finest.
It is,
yeah.
absolutely. It is. And again, anybody that's joining us today, please go ahead and share your thoughts on this. I love to hear people's thoughts and comments, so I always invite you. Please share. And now, do you have any upcoming events or anything that is going on in your world in the next little while that you would like to share?
Well, I do have an interview coming up with Lisa Berry. She's interviewing all the authors in the third book of Sacred Hearts Rising, so I'm going to be on that on the 15th, and then on the 16th I have another interview coming up about the book, and yeah, I'll if you follow me, I'll be posting it in the podcast.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, and I mean, when this is done, you can always put the links and stuff on here as well.
Perfect.
And yes, Lynn is posting from the Weekly Wand right now. She loves the Care Bears. She actually made a post not that long ago, something about the Care Bears' parents. I can't remember. Lynn, if you want to share that, I don't remember, but I know it was good. I think she was drinking her morning coffee and something about the Care Bears came up, so she shared it. And then with me, everybody knows about the Weekly Wand. This beautiful publication that, oh, there we go, that myself, Lynn, and Brian put out every 2 weeks. This one is good until March 1st, 2020. My events coming up, February 29th, I will be at the Free Spirit Market, 11 to 4. That's at the Acacia Hall, 10433 83rd Avenue. And then on February 29th as well, we have the Happy Bat that will be at the Cauldron Market from 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. at 8426 Gateway Boulevard, Edmonton, Alberta. And then March 20th, both Lynn and I will be at the Witches Tea and Cocktail, 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. at the London Villa Hub, 9620109 Ave in Edmonton. Melissa from Hayward Eclectic will also be there, and tea today is from Melissa at Hayward Eclectic. We're drinking Fall Tonic, Spicy and Warming, and this does contain, and I hope I'm saying this right, reishi mushrooms. And it's, how would you describe this? It's warm and fuzzy. And
it has clove in it, and it has a really earthy taste to it. It's almost a savory drink.
Yeah, it's really yummy. So it's 3 tablespoons to 4 cups of water, simmer 30 minutes, strain and enjoy. And again, you'll find that post here on the Weekly Wand page. You can reach Melissa for any questions about herbs or anything like that, any teas. She is phenomenal.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. And what else do I want to share? I'll be doing readings at the Acacia Hall. So if you want to book with me, please do. Brian will be there selling our wares. And you'll notice I'm wearing this beautiful little piece with the phases of the moon. I thought it would be ideal today since it's the new moon. Yeah, see, Hugs and Tugs Bears. There is no mention of their parents, yet the whole community of Care Bears takes care of them.
I love it.
It's true. Oh, hi, Terry. Nice to see you. Yeah, maybe, Lynn, perhaps we should do a segment on where the Care Bears' parents are.
Mm-hmm.
And we could throw in there a little bit about the Smurfs. How are there so many Smurfs when there's just Papa Smurf and Smurfette? Like, you know, we really need to question our cartoons.
I agree.
What else? Lynn, am I missing anything that I should be sharing? I know there was something else I was thinking about, and now I can't remember.
I just wanted to butt in a little bit.
Yeah.
If anyone wants a photo shoot done or anything, let me know. One of my gifts is I see people's souls. I'm a shine coach, so I don't like saying life coach because I don't want to tell you how to live your life, but
Mm-hmm.
I will help you shine. So I'll dust off that bottle for you and help you shine. So
I may want something
yeah,
like that.
I would love to do a photo shoot. That would be incredible.
Oh, that's something we'll have to
Yeah.
discuss. So if that's it, I don't think Lynn has anything that she can think of. So I would like to thank everyone for joining us today. Thank you so much for
Oh,
taking us
thank
on
you.
your journey and sharing your journey with us. I am confident that someone out there listening today is definitely taking something away from this.
Wonderful, and that's my goal is just if I can help just one person, and I know I have that my goal is done, but I'm not finished. I'm still going.
Beautiful. Thank you everyone for joining us. I will see you next Sunday on Tea with the Universe. Namaste.
Namaste. Bye.